beautiful souls. I am Valeria Maritza at Healing Through You. I am an infinite being of light, and so are you. Today, I want to talk to you about changing your reality. Literally. Yes, it can be done. It sounds so simple. It sounds so easy that most people don't do it because they don't believe it actually works, but it does. And so I'm going to give you a couple of examples about that, on how to do it. So the first thing of changing your reality when something's coming at you that you are not really liking, right? So for example, today I'm in the process of adopting a dog, and I have been looking for about a month or so, and just not finding the right one, or they just go really fast, and I haven't had a chance to really find the perfect one for me. And so I finally found one that I'm like, oh my gosh, I think this is it. And I started talking with the person who has put this dog up for adoption, and it seemed and it felt as if everything was going well. And so of course I did some energy work, and I asked the cards, and I asked my guys, is this the dog for me? And I got a yes. And so I was all happy and just leaving the stuff, and then all of a sudden I get this email, and the email says, we're sorry, but your application has been denied for this pet. And when this happens, it could be that the person already found someone else, or you're not the perfect match for that pet, or something like that. And I was crushed because literally I was like, I thought this was it. This is my pet. So I was crushed. I was upset. I was actually a little bit like crying because I thought, I can't believe this is not my dog. And after I did that, I was like, wait a second, didn't I ask my cards? Didn't I ask my pendulum? And I got a yes. Why did I get a yes? And then I realized, oh, because it's up to me. And so I was like, you know what? No, I refused that. I refused that email that I received. Something must have happened. I don't know what or how, but this is my dog. And so then I asked the question, which I have taught you guys before, which is, how does it get any better than this? And then that was it. I just let it go. And I also let go of my attachment to having it or not having it. And also the belief that this email that was stating that I had been rejected, um, was actually had happened, or that it was real, right? And so I did that. I just let it go. I was like, nope, there's something, you know what it is? It's probably the lady just took off the ad because she had too many inquiries, and then everybody gets one. This is just my thought, right, of what I thought. Well, not even 2 minutes later, I get a text message from the lady saying, hey, I think I refused your application by mistake. I meant to do the person below you, and it was a mistake. And I was like, ha, I knew it, right? So I'm back in the game, so to speak. Okay, it's that easy, right? If I had tuned into the energy of loss, of sadness, of anger, and remained there, this is important because it's okay to feel the feelings and to be in the moment, and to allow all of that energy to come through you, and then let it go, right? You don't want to suppress it, and you don't want to deny it. But you don't want to do also is remain there, right? So once I had that energy, I'm like, okay, you know what? That's not for me. I refuse this energy. I refuse this news. And so this is my dog, and there's something wrong here. And I didn't worry about what it was. I just went along to get happy again. So I tuned into my energy of being happy and aligned with getting this dog. And then everything worked out to the way it was happening. Now I didn't get the dog yet. We're still in the process of figuring out if we're the perfect match. But I have not been denied. So everything is perfectly perfect. Okay, here's another example that actually happened to me. My son, this happened several months ago. My son was having like stomach pain. I took him to the what do you call it, the pediatrics, and what do you call it, the clinics things. The doctor's like touching his belly. He's like, I hate to tell you this, but I think it's his appendix. Please take him to the emergency right now. I was like, what? I mean, like, yeah, scary thing, right? 6-year-old, he was like 6 back then. Um, and now I need to go to emergency and they might have to do surgery. I mean, that's like really a scary thing for a parent to gather, right? So I leave and I go to the car and I get to the car and and throughout all this I'm feeling the fear, right? Of like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. This is not happening, all of that. I get to the car, I buckle him in, and I sit there and I'm like, no, he's wrong. The doctor's wrong. I refuse, and here's the word, I refuse what they're telling me. I don't know what it is. I don't care what it is, but there's nothing wrong with my son. Actually, he's quite healthy. And it's important also to refuse it and to put energy of something good, because you don't want to say like, no, that's not what it is. And then it's something even worse, right? If you're still tuning into an energy of fear, then you might delete what they said, but it could turn out to be something else that is just as bad or even worse. So you don't want to do that. You want to refuse it and then feel joy, feel okay about it, feel well about it. Like, no, that's wrong. It's not for me. That's not my diagnosis. That's not the thing for me. And so then I drove to the emergency. We went over there. We waited, and while we were waiting, he's like laying down. I put my hand on his belly, my other hand on his head, and I'm running energy work, right? You can call it Reiki, energy work, whatever it is that you feel comfortable. I don't know what I was doing, but I was just, putting my hands there, and I was feeling the energy go through. And the doctor comes, he checks him out, and he's like, "There's nothing wrong with him." Okay, I'm laughing because the doctor actually said there's nothing wrong with him. He couldn't find anything wrong. My son started acting well. The belly ache was no longer there. It was just like really like magic. It just disappeared. Why? Because I refused to believe what they were telling me was this reality. I don't know what happened. I don't know how it went away or what he had or what it was. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you tune into the energy of love, the energy of joy, and the energy of everything's going to be okay. And like you just own it. You just know it, right? And then you go through the process because you want to get it checked or whatever, but you just know. What else? Something else happened today, and I can't remember what it was because but three things happened today. The thing with my son happened several months ago. Today I had the issue with my with the dog, but then two other things happened, and it was the same thing that I was like, okay, no, that's not happening, and then I switched it. It just switched it. It's amazing. It's that simple. So what you want to do when you get bad news about something is you want to, okay, you're in the moment, you receive it, you can feel all the feels of the fear, the sadness, the anger, whatever's coming through, and then you you flip the switch. You flip the switch to, nope, that's wrong. That's not for me. That's not for me. It's everything's okay, and then you get into the energy of everything's okay and joy and love, and you go on with that, right? You can ask to the universe, how does it get any better? What else is there? You can ask, and then don't look for the answer, right? That's not up to us to look for the answers. The answers come from the universe, which is all knowing and it has infinite possibilities. As the human, if you start looking for the answers of what it could be or how you can fix it, you can limit it to what you know, because you don't know what you don't know. So you're only going to find answers about the things that you have experienced and you have been exposed about. But the universe has infinite answers, completely things that you would have never thought about. And that is available to you when you allow it to be brought to you. The key here is not to get into the energy of fear or sadness or anger and then remain there. The key is to feel the things, transmute it, that means let it go, and switch that flip. Switch that flip to that of happiness, of joy, of nope, that's not for me, that's not happening, and everything's okay, right? Because it is, right? And if you remain in that energy of fear, of sadness, or anger, what happens is that's what the universe shows you because you are aligned with it. This is the way it works, right? You create your own reality. You create by aligning to the energy. So you align to the energy of fear, and you begin to go down that spiral, that down spiral of fear, and I keep saying fear because it's the biggest one, or of shame, and um, and then that's what you produce. That's what shows up for you. And things don't get better because you're still vibrating at that level. So it's really important to switch that flip and really believe it. Really go about your business like nothing has happened, right? That's what you do. You you just go about your business like everything is happening the way it's supposed to happen, which is the good way because I choose it that way. All right. I hope that this really has helped you. Um, Please share, and rate this podcast if you're finding this messages useful. If you're liking it, please do so because it will help other people find it and other people be able to get the messages. So I love you so much. I will see you next time. And with that, I'll say goodbye. Bye bye.